Exeter is hot, and Bedford wins the tip. It's Amanda Jonas winning the tip for the Bulldogs and gets it back to Allie Morgan in the backcourt. Morgan to Isabella King, gets it to Jonas down low, misses a little shot from down in the paint, and Exeter gets the rebound back the other way. The starting five for Bedford: Allie Morgan, Sophia Mumpini, Emma Rosenbaum, Isabella King, and Amanda Jonas, who we mentioned before, and we'll get you Exeter's starting five here in a second. Exeter working the ball around the outside. Bedford definitely with a size advantage here in the early going. Exeter loses the ball, recovers. Now a pass back out by Christina Snicer goes out of bounds. Your starting five for the Exeter Bluehawks, who are going left to right, is Christina Snicer, Sydney Taylor, Taylor Pierce, Abby Williams, and Kate Heslop. And now Sophia Mumpini with the ball into the front court. Mumpini, a little jumper from the baseline. And we are not used to seeing her score, but that bucket certainly helps. Bedford on top 2-0 early on.
Bedford falling back into a man-to-man defense.
Dribble drive there by Taylor Pierce, and she is fouled as she gets to the baseline. The shot is missed, and she will go to the line and shoot two. Didn't see who they called on that one. It was on Emma Rosenbaum. She's got her first.
Lauren, that's one of the signs of a good man-to-man defense, when you have to hesitate a second because they're in such good help defense position that it almost looks like a zone.
Snicer misses the first free throw. And this is the starting 5-2 that has seen a lot of court time together, and that might also be why they're able to disguise it so well. Second one from Snicer is long and is missed, and King gets the rebound. Bedford on top 2-0. Mumpini, a little jumper from the lane. That one's good. And Mumpini now has 4, and I'm guessing that's not far off from her season high.
That's her comfort zone there, over on the right wing, mid-range jumpers.
Nice D out by Amanda Jonas, and Exeter's in a world of hurt. Driving the baseline was Kate Heslop, or check that, Taylor Pierce, but a foul called there on the Bulldog defender, and just like that, a line change for Exeter, a minute and 17 seconds in, 3 out, 3 in.
Yeah, that didn't take long.
No. Confuses things for us. The foul there called on Isabella King, that's her first. An entry pass stolen there by Allie Morgan. Bedford on the fast break. It's Morgan driving into the lane. The shot missed. Rebound taken there by Exeter and stolen quickly by Morgan. Her shot misses. King gets the rebound, is pinballed around down in the paint and winds up on the ground. And a foul called, and she will, they say that that one was on the floor. The foul called on number 21, if I heard that correctly. And another sub coming in for Exeter. This is like hockey. Coach Dave Sokolnicki moving players in and out. Inbound from Rosenbaum to Mumpini. She drives into the lane. Shot missed, little floater. Rebound to Exeter, and we're back the other way. 4-0 Bedford, 6:20 left here in quarter number 1 of this first round NHIAA playoff game. A pass down low by Sanborn, Marion Sanborn of Exeter. Misses its intended target, goes out of bounds, and Exeter now in a full court press. And Amanda Jonas will inbound to Allie Morgan, the only one that wasn't covered. Morgan into the front court to Mumpini. Mumpini pushes in, pulls it back out. 3 from Morgan is good. And Bedford now on top by a touchdown early, 7-0, 6 minutes left in the first.
That one had some high arc on it, almost brought some rain.
Driving the lane, an unnamed Exeter player. I couldn't pick up her jersey number. Number 4 down there was Emma Smith, but she is fouled by Amanda Jonas. That's foul number 1 on Amanda. 3 on Bedford early on. And Exeter is bringing 3 new players back into the game, 3 of the starters that left 45 seconds ago.
Well, that's one way to talk strategy without calling a timeout, is you take a group out, get them a quick rest, go in with some new instructions, and try to keep this game close here in the first quarter, because Bedford's already off to a 7-0 lead.
It does not make it any easier for us to broadcast, though.
No, it doesn't.
Like, all of a sudden, where did she come from? 7-0 Bedford, 5:58 left in the first. Shot number 2 coming from Emma Smith, and she rattles that one in. Exeter 1 of 4 in the game, and Smith comes off as her reward for making that free throw. 7-1 Bulldogs, 5:55 left here in the first. Jonas to Morgan to break the press. Morgan will dribble into the front court, spin around, gets it to Jonas. Now back to Morgan way outside. And over to Mumpini on the far side. Exeter playing good D, but they left a player open. That was Emma Rosenbaum on the near side from the base. Her shot missed. Isabella King cleans the glass, gets the board. Bedford on top 9-1. Now Exeter with the ball quickly into the front court. Mia Lozman now down into the corner to Sydney Taylor. Taylor attempts to drive base, can't do it, dribbles it off her foot. And it is Bedford ball, and Exeter will call a timeout. Trailing 9-1, 5:24 left here in the first, just really trying to maintain a little bit of control.
And what was interesting on that last possession for Bedford is it looked to me like Exeter went back into a box-and-one zone where they had one player closely guarding Isabella King, the other 4 players in a loose zone. And that's why you saw Emma Rosenbaum get so open on the far side there, because the zone didn't account for her, and she wasn't the one who scored. Isabella did a nice job with that offensive rebound, but I'm sure that Coach Gibbs saw that zone and box and one and was able to talk to the girls about it here before this possession.
Correct, but if you're going to get into the box and one, somebody's got to remember to box the one. Otherwise, it does not work all that well. Bedford breaks the press into the front court quickly, looking for a pass down to Morgan. The ball knocked away, and Morgan winds up with it anyway. Gets the bucket. She has 5. 5:05 left here in the first. The Bulldogs lead it 11-1. Exeter quickly into the front court. Floater from the baseline is missed. And an up and under there from Mia Lozman is good. And the foul called there after the basket is made. The second foul on Amanda Jonas 3 minutes into the game. And Jonas will be subbed for. Catherine Pennick is in. And if you're Bedford, right now all seems good, but you don't want to get anybody in foul trouble as Lozman misses that free throw. Jonas gets the rebound, will hang back. Will now bring it into the front court while Amanda gets it over to the far side to King. King dribbling with it. Tried to get it to Morgan up top. The ball knocked away there by Heslop. And on the fast break, she misses the shot. King gets the rebound. Ball knocked away from her. Jonas winds up with it. Mumpini on the fast break. And Sophia's little finger roll is good. Sophia's got half a dozen. Bulldogs lead at 13-3.
Usually we see Morgan to Mumpini on that, but that one was Jonas to Mumpini. It
was a nice long outlet pass, Kevin Love style by Amanda Jonas. Bedford up 10, 4:15 left in the first. Taylor Pierce with it, attempting to drive base. Isabella King doing a nice job on D. A pass through the middle, somehow gets through. Shot missed. King will get the rebound, dribble quickly into the front court. The ball knocked away there and stolen by Lozman. And right back the other way is Exeter, and you don't want Jonas to pick up that third foul while she's waiting for the sub. The shot missed there by Exeter. The rebound taken by Exeter, and a foul called on Allie Morgan on the floor. If I saw that correctly, that's the first one on Allie. And Bedford is in foul trouble. We're not even done with the first. There have been 5 called on the Bulldogs, so the refs are calling this one clean tonight. Catherine Pennick in for Amanda Jonas. Exeter will inbound underneath.
Bedford going with a 2-3 zone here.
Drive in is Christina Snicer, kicks it over to the corner. A long shot from the baselines, an air ball, and a blocked shot by Allie Morgan leads to an Isabella King rebound, and Bedford back the other way, leading 13-3, 3.5 left in the first. Catherine Pennick with a little jumper just inside the three-point line on the baseline, on the far baseline, I should say. Now right back the other way is Exeter. A three-pointer misses long. King the rebound. Bedford back the other way. It's Morgan into the front court. Morgan looked to her teammates, takes it herself. Shot missed. Exeter the rebound, and this one's up and down. Bedford's up by a dozen. 15-3, 3:05 left in the first quarter. Exeter trying to find a way to get down low, capitalize on the fact Jonas is out. They can't. Shot missed. Mumpini with the rebound will get it into the front court to Morgan. Morgan beats her man off the dribble. Now, little bounce pass to the far side to Emma, and that one's good. Emma, little 4-footer from the paint. And Bedford leads at 17-3, 2:40 left in the first. Exeter trying to get anything together on offense. A three from the far side, in and out, missed. Rebound there is taken by Brown, and Hazel Brown loses the ball. Isabella King winds up with it, and she's fouled. And on Exeter, that is foul number 2. Unclear on whom, and now this is going to completely mess it up. Exeter a full line change, 5 in, 5 out.
All those other 3-player substitutions earlier were just warm-ups for the full line change there.
Bring them all in. It's like rec basketball, and they make you sub every 5 minutes. Bedford on top, 17-3, 2:24 left here in quarter number 1. Morgan started with it, got it around. Now Morgan drives the baseline. Great little layup with her right hand from the left side is missed. Exeter the rebound now on the fast break is Exeter, and the streaker on the fast break, Sanborn, couldn't handle the ball. Now a three-pointer from the far side by Exeter is good. They desperately needed that one. Up 17-3, and now closed it to 17-6. Who had that three? I missed that part.
That was Erin McElroy, who did not hesitate on that. That's one thing we've seen from Exeter here in the early going is they've been quick to take those open threes when they've gotten them. And Bedford fortunate that Exeter has missed a couple layups and a bunch of free throws. You mentioned the foul trouble. They're already 1 for 5 at the line. Bedford with 5 team fouls. So they got to be a little bit smarter on defense to maintain this 11-point lead.
Bedford leading 17-6, as you alluded to. Into the ball game for the Bulldogs is Sydney Grogan, and she'll inbound it to Allie Morgan. Now Mumpini with it to Morgan, who crosses the timeline. She's dribbling in space, gets it down low to Pennick. Pennick misses the shot. King the rebound underneath, misses the shot. Exeter back the other way, trying the fast break. It's Kate Heslop into the front court, and Exeter will slow things down. Sydney Grogan doing a great job. Tight D there, and the ball stolen by Mumpini. A long pass on the fast break. Isabella King can't come up with it, and Exeter winds up with the ball, and right back the other way are the Blue Hawks. Bulldogs on top, 17-6 with 1:20 left here in quarter number 1. Heslop with the ball up top, works it around. Now Exeter with it on the far slide. Heslop on the curl, has the ball underneath. Might have been in the key for a little bit longer than 3 seconds. Now driving the lane and missing is McElroy, and Bedford back the other way. It's Grogan with the ball. She's in open space, and she'll get it to the point guard, Allie Morgan, although Grogan can handle the ball in her own right, too. Down low to King. King to Mumpini from the baseline. A jumper off the back iron, missed. Rebound to Pennick down low. Nice job by Catherine. Shot misses, and Isabella King is hammered going after the rebound. Ball winds up going out of bounds, and a foul is called, I thought.
Bedford was looking for it, didn't get the call, and that's the 3rd time that King has gone hard to the floor here in the first quarter.
Net grabs are legal tonight. 17-6 Bedford. 40 seconds left here in quarter number 1 of a fast-paced game. The Bulldogs led it 17-3 a couple minutes ago. This time stolen by Allie Morgan. Allie dribbling into the front court, gets it to Mumpini down low, and Sophia makes the fast break shot. She's got 8 of Bedford's 19, and the Bulldogs on top by a baker's dozen. Exeter loses the ball. Pennick winds up with it. And now back the other way as Morgan gets it to Mumpini in the front court. 15 seconds left in the first. Grogan will pull it back out, and Morgan has it. And with 10 seconds left, the Bulldogs are going to go for the last shot to Mumpini on the near side for 3, and Sophia knocks it down. 11 for her here in the first. Exeter dribbles across the half-court line. The shot missed, and the Bulldogs, through 8 minutes of basketball, lead at 22-6. They're up 16. And if you told me that Sophia Mumpini would have half of those points, I would have told you were out of your mind.
That was not expected here in the first quarter, but she really took advantage of her opportunities, got a few open looks and knocked them down. And, you know, that's what happens when an opponent goes with a box and one to try to take Isabella King out of the game. Everybody else has to step up, and Mumpini certainly did an excellent job of that there in the first quarter.
My favorite part of these last 2 games that we've called is kind of the cleanup crew, Mumpini and Rosenbaum, the ones that don't often have the numbers in the scoring column next to them, but are doing a lot of the Bo Outlaw things, the little things, the steals and the blocks and the loose balls. Those have been the ones filling it up, at least when it matters. And so far, it's Sophia with 11.
Absolutely. And the other thing I want to praise is everyone on the Bulldogs, their unselfishness and their vision against this zone. That basket by Mumpini with about a minute to go in the first quarter followed an excellent pass from Allie Morgan. It was a no-look pass in transition, and then you see everybody else sort of feeding off that, sharing the ball really well, and that's what's allowed Bedford to get open shots here throughout the first quarter.
22-6 Bedford. We're starting quarter number 2. Dribbling into the front court, Sydney Taylor gets it over to Snicer on the near side. Snicer dribbling with the left hand into the lane. Tries a little finger roll. The shot misses. Pennick the rebound, and Bedford will get going once again. Pennick doing a great job spelling Amanda Jonas after Amanda picked up 2 fouls early. Now it's to Mumpini up top. Gets it to Morgan on the curl. The ball knocked away. Pennick winds up with it. Grogan fighting for it. Now Mumpini gets the loose ball, gets it back to Morgan. And Allie will drive the lane. The shot missed there. A fight for the rebound by Pennick. King picks up the ball. She gets her second bucket of the game. The Bulldogs lead by 18, 24-6. 7:10 left here in the first half. Nice job by Pennick, knocking the ball away from Mia Lozman.
Well, great job there by Isabella King to get that offensive rebound and hit that mid-range jumper. It can be tough when you're dealing with a box and one to stay positive and stay ready, but she was sure ready there.
Pennick, King, and Grogan out of the game. Rosenbaum, Jonas, and Marina Braga into the game for Bedford. Exeter driving, kicks the ball back out to Lozman. Lozman trying to create a little bit of space, but Bedford's D is too staunch. They can't. Now a three-pointer from the near side by Taylor Pierce. The shot missed. Rebound taken there by Exeter. And it's Lozman who finds a couple Bulldogs. And when you're playing D like this, it feels sometimes like Bedford is on the power play all night, but the defense is so tenacious, and that shot is made there. And I thought that one came off of Taylor Pierce. Is that correct?
It was Sydney Taylor.
Taylor
the other
or Taylor.
Yep.
Yes. Ball to the near side to Emma Rosenbaum. A ball fake. She drives into the lane, misses the little floater from the lane. And a foul called there on Marina Braga. Frankly, I didn't see contact, but
I didn't either, but the result is the 6th team foul on Bedford. 1 away from the bonus.
6:24 left here in the first half. The Bulldogs on top 24-8. Exeter not helping themselves out. 1 of 5 so far from the charity stripe. Ball over to the far side to Snicer. Snicer, a spin move, loses the ball. Now fighting for it is Mumpini. Snicer gets it, and Hazel Brown wound up with the ball and touched the sideline, and the ref, eagle eyes, saw it, and it's Bulldog ball. 6:10 left in the first half.
Exeter staying with a full court press, kind of a loose 1-3-1.
Morgan gets it after the press break, a little jumper from the lane, shot missed, and then winds up on the ground as Morgan. Nice sportsmanship helping her there by Exeter. And the Blue Hawks on the fast break, shot missed there by Emma Smith. Quickly to Morgan into the front court, and Allie a layup, can't get it to fall. Now it's Braga picking up the rebound, and after the shot attempt, or on the shot attempt I should say, Marina is fouled and will go to the line and attempt to pair. That one, foul number 3 in half number 1 on the Blue Hawks.
And that's just an excellent hustle play, fundamental move for Marina Braga to chase that down and follow the breakaway layup attempt from Morgan. She saw that it was a hurried attempt because Morgan had to chase down the pass, and it was great for her to get that offensive rebound.
Shot number 2 from Marina, also good. That gives the Bulldogs a 26-8 lead. They're biggest of the game. They're up by 18 after leading by 11 after 1 quarter. Or I should say after leading by 16 after 1 quarter. Ball knocked away there by Bedford off of Exeter. And it'll be Bulldog ball on the far side, but Exeter calling a timeout here, trying to right the ship. They trail by 18, 5:37 left in the first.
Yeah, tough position for the Blue Hawks here. Traveling on the road to start the playoffs against an excellent Bedford team with a lot of playoff experience. And Coach Sokolnicki certainly doing everything he can to try to keep this a close game with the frequent substitutions the full court press, half court zone, and you could see that he's trying to keep the girls fresh to be able to play that frantic defense. It has resulted in a couple turnovers, but all in all, Bedford's done a great job picking it apart.
And if that's really the trick. If you can make the shots after you've picked apart the full court press, after you've picked apart the zone, it doesn't matter how good the D is. If you can find the open man and the open man can make a shot, that is a recipe for success. And the Bulldogs so far have gotten 11 points from Sophia Mumpini in the early going. And that really has made a gigantic difference for the Bulldogs. Allie Morgan chipping in with 4. Isabella King, or check that, Allie with 5, Isabella with 4. And 2 others with 2 apiece. 26-8 Bedford. Just about 5.5 minutes left here in first half of play. Morgan to the far side to Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum looks to the corner to Jonas. Amanda stands tall over in the corner, and Bedford content to move it around the perimeter. Now to Braga on the baseline. Gets it to Rosenbaum, about 15-footer from the far base. The shot missed. Jonas the rebound. The shot missed by Amanda. And a tie-up there, and it will be Bedford ball on that tie-up.
Exeter going with a more traditional 2-3 zone now, not the box and one. So we'll see if Isabella King gets a few more opportunities here.
And right after the words were hanging in the air, takes the 3 from the near side. The shot is missed. Rebound to Amanda. Now the ball back to Isabella. Gets it to Marina Braga. Now to Allie Morgan. And a big 3 from Allie there from the near side. She's now got 8, and it's 29-8 Bedford with 4:48 left here in the first. 3 missed by Exeter. Rebound taken there by Isabella King. And the Bulldogs again on the fast break. King behind the back. Little razzle-dazzle. Ball over to the far side. Now to Rosenbaum just inside the 3-point line. And Emma with a big one there. Knocking it down 31-8 in favor of Bedford. And the Bulldogs are on a 14-5 run after leading 17-3.
Bedford sticking with the half-court man-to-man defense.
Driving is Christina Snicer, and with the left hand, she makes the layup. She is fouled. And for the rest of the half, every time there's a foul on Bedford, Exeter will go to the line, and Snicer will attempt to complete a 1-and-1. She missed her first 2 free throws earlier in the game.
That foul on Bedford was Isabella King's second. She's going to stay in the game, but Emma Kazajanski comes in to replace Amanda Jonas.
Free throw from Snicer is good. And the ball inbounded to Allie Morgan. Allie will get it into the front court, break the press single-handedly, and now looks over to the near side to Rosenbaum, back up top to Kazajanski, and Emma Kazajanski with a nice jumper just inside the 3-point line. 33-11 Bedford, and everybody's getting in the stat sheet here tonight. And as Snicer went to drive, a foul called on number 10, Allie Morgan. That's Allie's second, and the Bedford student section, and I'm not gonna say I disagree with them, did not see a foul. Are you saying you think that's Allie's third?
No, just that it's Taylor.
Okay.
The Taylor number 3, knocking down the front end of the 1-and-1 there.
And makes the second one as well to make it 33-13 in favor of Bedford. Morgan trying to break the press, is able to do so quickly into the front court. And unfortunately passes to Marina Braga. I think she was expecting Braga to cut on the baseline. And Marina stayed outside, and the ball just out of the reach of Marina Braga.
There's a gift.
And now a turnover right back the other way from Exeter. 3:41 left here in the first half. Bedford on top by 20. Not what I would have expected in the early going, but the Bedford shooters have been the hot hands early tonight.
Yeah, 7 different scorers so far for the Bulldogs here in the first half.
Turnover from Bedford. Exeter will come right back the other way, slow things down a little bit. Sydney Taylor into the front court to Snicer, now down to the corner to Heslop. Heslop with it, looks down to the near side to Taylor, guarded there by Allie Morgan. And a 3 taken by Taylor is missed. Morgan gets the rebound, does a nice job of sealing off her man. And now Allie will get the ball into the front court. Gets it over to the near side to Isabella King. Isabella's three rattles in and out. Looked like about half the ball was down, but it didn't stay down. Now a three taken by Exeter off the front of the rim. Shot missed. And Exeter trying to work the ball outside is unable to do so. It's a turnover on the Blue Hawks. Frantic offense would be the best way to describe what I've seen from Exeter so far.
Yeah, and both teams a little sloppy here with multiple turnovers in the last couple minutes.
Now the ball over to the near side to Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum will dribble with the right hand, bring it back out, gets it to Isabella. Isabella down low to Allie Morgan. Allie may have been fouled. The shot was missed. And on the rebound, Mia Lozman falls to the ground, loses the ball, spikes it in frustration. And it'll be Bedford ball after that turnover. Morgan with the inbound pass to Kazajanski. The shot missed there. Isabella King goes up with it. And to the naked eye, it appeared that she might have been fouled.
As she fell to the ground for the fourth time.
Interesting, somewhat.
Instead, on the rebound attempt, they called a jump ball.
They called a jump ball. So do with that as you will. Exeter into the front court. Allie Morgan doing a nice job on D. Now it's Isabella King guarding Snicer way outside the three-point line. Exeter can't really get an open shot. McElroy with the ball, trying to do something back to Snicer on the far side. 2 minutes left here in the first, 33-13 in favor of Bedford. Little layup missed by Exeter. And picking up the rebound and maybe creating a little bit of space with her arm was Mia Lozman, but the foul called there on Emma Rosenbaum, and on Emma, that is foul number 2. Lozman will go to the line and attempt to complete an and one. She had another opportunity to do it earlier and missed the and one.
That gives 4 Bedford starters 2 fouls each.
Lozman makes the shot, 33-16.
Morgan, Rosenbaum, King, and Jonas all with 2 fouls.
Not something to worry about right now. However, Exeter has been on an 8-2 run in the last couple of minutes, and Bedford's got to sort of stop the bleeding, as it were. 33-16 now. Kazajanski into the front court to Rosenbaum. The shot missed by Emma. Rosenbaum, not Kazajanski. And then as Kazajanski comes up with the rebound, ball knocked away, and they said it went off of Kazajanski. It'll be Exeter ball trailing by 17. And for the Bulldogs, who led by as many as 23, you need to stop right here. Ball over to the far side. Exeter with the 3 from that far side. Shot missed. Kazajanski the rebound. Morgan winds up with it. Gets it into the front court to Mumpini, and Mumpini's little jumper from the lane is good. She's got 13 now to Sophia. And Bedford on top 35-16. Now a little three-pointer from Exeter is missed. And a shot attempt taken there after the miss by Taylor Pierce. Ball knocked away from Pierce. They say that one went off of Bedford. So Exeter ball underneath. 1:15 left here in the first half. Bedford leading by 19.
Bulldogs again going with the 2-3 zone on the inbounds play.
The inbound pass, an attempt to break the zone. The shot is missed. Morgan gets the rebound. Into the front court is Isabella King. And they say that Isabella traveled as Emma Smith got in her way. You think that was a block.
Looked more like a slow Euro step to me.
James Harden does not like that call.
No, he wouldn't.
1 minute left here in the first. 35-16 in favor of Bedford. Now driving the lane is Taylor Pierce. The shot missed by Pierce. Mumpini fighting for the loose ball with Aaron McElroy, and they say a tie-up. I've seen more jump balls in this half than I remember seeing in a varsity game, maybe ever.
You got to love the aggressiveness there on Mumpini to create that jump ball, though.
Morgan into the front court to Kazajanski. Emma bobbles, now dribbles into the paint. Gets it outside to Isabella King. Isabella's 3 in and out, barely misses. Mumpini gets the rebound, misses, may have been fouled. Kazajanski gets the rebound, and Kazajanski trying to find a way to get out from under that Exeter D, gets tied up, and another jump ball, and it will be Exeter's ball in the arrow. Bedford has committed 9 fouls here in the first half. Exeter has committed 3. Do with that as you will. 20 seconds left here in half number 1. Bedford on top 35-16. Driving the baseline is Lozman and comes right in contact with Sophia Mumpini. And Mumpini did a great job of getting to space, drawing that charge on Lozman. And the Bulldogs will have the ball. 18.1 seconds left in the first half, trying to get a basket to end this first half.
Bedford faithful sure appreciated that charge, including some in the front row who are members of the boys varsity team.
Mumpini turns the ball over to the front court. Now Snicer with a little jumper from the far side. The shot is missed by Snicer, but she'll go to the line and shoot 2. And really the real problem there is that foul was on Allie Morgan, and that's foul number 3 on Allie.
And what that creates is an opportunity for Allie to come out in the second half and play with 3 fouls and gain some more experience and hopefully avoid that 4th.
We have been down that road before. Sydney Grogan has done well spelling Morgan. Snicer misses the second free throw. Bulldogs with the ball quickly into the front court. Nice pass from King to Mumpini, and Mumpini a buzzer beater from inside the paint on the far baseline, and Sophia Mumpini winds up with 15 in the first half. And the Bulldogs close out this first half leading 37-17. Exeter with a run to close things out, 9-6 to end the first 16 minutes of play, but the Bulldogs get a much needed basket with about 4.5 seconds of clock time, and they certainly used that one. Do you want to go over some stats now?
Sure.
All right, get after it.
On the Bedford side, as you mentioned it, Mumpini leading all scorers with 15. Allie Morgan next with 8. Rosenbaum and Isabella King with 4 each. Marina Braga with 2. Emma Kazajanski with 2. Catherine Pennick with 2. Over on the Exeter side, Snicer had 4. Sydney Taylor had 4. Emma Smith with a free throw. Mia Loosman with 5. And Erin McElroy hit a 3. And the result is that Bedford leads by 20.
So after, whoops, hey, I guess we're on camera. After our first 16 minutes of play, the Bulldogs lead it 37-17. This one has been all Bedford, and for the Bulldogs, really, you hit on one point, trying to get Allie Morgan to play with 3 fouls, and the other thing, make sure everybody stays healthy in this second half. With a 20-point lead, of course, you don't want to take anything for granted, but you certainly want to make sure that you're ready to go for the next time out.
That's right. This is an opportunity for the Bulldogs to continue to play smart, try to take care of the ball. They had a few extra turnovers there in the first half. Keep everybody healthy, like you said, and have everyone get involved. They've done a great job distributing the scoring. And one of the nice things is that these underclassmen have really stepped up. Mumpini with 15, Kazajanski, Pennick also contributing. So this is a good start to the playoffs for the Bulldogs.
I want to have George pan over to the student section, by the way, and just call out the fact that it is not the Ides of March. It is merely the 4th of March, but the student section is clad in togas. So at 2 Brute, after 16 minutes, it's the Bedford Bulldogs up 37-17 over the Exeter Bluehawks. We will take a break. You are listening to Bedford High Girls Basketball on Bedford 105.1 and BCTV. Welcome back to Bedford High Gym, where the Bedford Bulldogs, after our first 16 minutes of play, lead the Exeter Bluehawks 37-17. Lauren Fox, Andrew Hansen, Harry Kozlowski running things on the radio side, and George Cox, our cameraman here tonight. And through that first 16, I think the biggest surprise, Sophia Mumpini, the high point scorer for the Bulldogs with 15. We've never seen her score like that, but ample opportunity as Bedford was breaking the press and breaking the zone.
Yeah, and if you're just joining us, Exeter went with a box and 1 against Isabella King for much of the first half, and that allowed Mumpini to have a few more openings than usual.
Morgan into the front court, the ball stolen from her. Jonas picks it up, fighting for the ball, and ultimately winds up with it. I'm not sure if a foul was called there, and indeed one was. Kate Heslop is the one on whom that infraction was assessed. Inbound pass to Allie Morgan, looks down low to Amanda Jonas, and Allie will dribble out of the double team. That means somebody's open over there. It's down low, it's Isabella King. King will get it back out to Morgan, up top for three. A big one from Allie. She's got 11, 3 threes, and it's 40-17 Bedford for the Bulldogs. That matches their biggest lead of the game. Shot missed by Exeter. Morgan the rebound. And Allie will get quickly into the front court, get it to Jonas underneath, off of Amanda's hands. Ball to Sophia Mumpini. Now to Morgan on the near side for three, and another big three from Allie Morgan. Her 4th of the game, 43-17, with 7:09 remaining in the third.
Well, Morgan is playing well with 3 fouls so far.
You don't say. 14 points for Allie. Sophia Mumpini doing a great job guarding Snicer out. And Taylor with it, misses a shot from the near side. Amanda Jonas with the rebound. And gets it to Allie Morgan, now back into the front court to Jonas. And it looked like the ball might have been knocked away by one of the Exeter players, and instead it was just an errant pass. 6:40 left here in the third. The Bulldogs on top by 26. And with the way they're playing D, that kind of a lead would be seemingly insurmountable. An Exeter turnover, the ball off of the hands of Marion Sanborn. So it's Bulldog ball here on the near side.
Exeter certainly can't afford any turnovers if they do want to try to get back into this game.
Rosenbaum to Morgan to break the press. Allie now into the front court through the legs over to the far side to Isabella King for three, and Isabella with a big one, her first of the game. She's got 7. The Bulldogs lead it 46-17. That's 29. And after that brief Exeter 8-2 run, made it 37-17. Bedford has reeled off another 9 points. Shot missed by Exeter. Jonas the rebound. Morgan into the front court, behind the back now, down low to Isabella King. And King on the shot is fouled there by Marion Sanborn. And Isabella will go to the line and shoot a pair.
Well, we've talked about how Isabella's been involved in a lot of contact under the basket. And she finally gets a trip to the line here to shoot 2.
First one is no doubt. Exeter will do a complete line change, 5 in and 5 out, trailing by 30. Bulldogs have now reeled off 11 in a row. They lead it 48-17 as King makes both of those to give her 9. Sydney Taylor with it, guarded by Allie Morgan. Ball over to the far side, now back up top to Taylor, over to the near side to Heslop. Her 3 is good. Big 3 from Kate Heslop. Gets Exeter back within 28, 48-20 Bedford, and Bedford right back the other way. Morgan looking down low for Jonas. Pass stolen by Exeter, and the Blue Hawks come right back the other way. Taylor misses the shot. King with the rebound, does a nice job grabbing it with one hand, fighting with the other, and the outlet pass to Morgan goes off of Morgan as well as Jaden Rancourt, and they say Rancourt was the last one to touch it. It's Bedford ball on the far baseline, leading by 28, 5:19 left in the third. Morgan drives the baseline, gets it to Jonas in the paint. Amanda with a nice shot there, gets her first basket of the game. She is the 8th Bulldog to score a bucket, makes it 50-20. Ball now over to the near side to Rancourt, to Heslop, who made that 3 to stop that Bedford run of 11-0. It's 13-3 run for the Bulldogs. Exeter with it over to the far side to Sydney Taylor, and Taylor will create a little bit of space, drive into the paint, kick it over to the near side. The shot is missed there by Rancourt, and King will let the ball go out of bounds, and the Bulldogs will get it back. 4:40 left here in period number 3, leading by 30.
A lot of those 3-pointers from Exeter tonight have looked pretty good online, just haven't been able to fall. They've only made 2 3-pointers tonight. Meanwhile, Bedford has made 6.
And that is a big part of the reason why the Bulldogs lead by 30. They have led by as many as 31, I was going to say, and now lead by 32. 52-20 after that 2-point bucket from Emma Rosenbaum. Gives her half a dozen. Whoa. And there's not a whole lot of room for that in a game that you're losing by 32 points. A two-handed shove from Christina Sneisser, and I have a feeling that when we go back and look at the tape of that one, it's not going to look a whole lot better.
Yeah, that was a bit of a strange collision there, and unfortunately it looked like Allie took a lot of that blow on the neck area, but seems to be okay now.
It was not so much the collision as much as the finish of the collision, the two-handed shove. Bedford trying the fast break unsuccessfully. Into the front court, a three from Heslop. The shot missed. King with the rebound. Bulldogs on top by 32. 4 minutes left in quarter number 3. To Mumpini, now back to Morgan up top. Allie's three is good. Her 5th of the game. That makes it 17 for her. And the Bulldogs up by 35, 55-20. And Allie winds up on the ground yet again. I didn't see that collision. And that one is called there on Allie. Her 4th foul. And really not the worst thing for her to pick up foul number 4 here either. Get her out of the game with the Bulldogs up by 35.
Yeah, she certainly has found her shooting stroke here in the 3rd quarter, so she's got that confidence. And I agree, not the worst thing to sit down after another solid collision.
Grogan and Marina Braga into the game, and the inbounds pass results in a shot made by Mia Lozman. That gives her 7. 55-22 Bedford. Isabella King into the front court to Grogan. Now to Mumpini. Mumpini to the near side to Pennick. Pennick down low to Grogan. Gets it to Isabella King. Nice pass. Shot blocked. Braga the rebound. Pennick misses the shot. King gets the rebound. And we'll see what the call is there. And they say a foul on Isabella King, a push-off. That is her 3rd. And just as a matter of course, Eric Gelinas, the head athletic trainer for Bedford, went down to check on Allie Morgan. Morgan told him she was fine, and he ambles back the other way. Sneisser driving the lane, lowers his shoulder, goes right through Sydney Grogan, and a charge called there on Sneisser. That is her 1st foul. And it is Bedford ball. The Bulldogs lead it by 33. And what you really hope for in a game like this, with the Bulldogs up by more than 30, is that it does not turn into a foul fest. At this point, for Bedford, you want to make sure that all your players are healthy for the next round. Exeter isn't going to come back.
That next round will be on Saturday against the winner of Central and Nashua South.
You and Corey have the call on that one. I will be resting on my laurels. Not necessarily. Fight for the loose ball right around half court. Exeter winds up with it. And a foul called there on Isabella King. For Isabella, that is foul number 4. So I assume that she might have just had her night come to an end. Emma Rosenbaum into the game. The Bulldogs at one point led it 55-20. Now it's 55-22. And an odd mix of players now on the court for the Bulldogs. A younger mix. The only senior out there, Emma Rosenbaum. Joined by Sydney Grogan, Sophia Mumpini, Catherine Pennick, and Marina Braga. Exeter trying to get away from the tough D of Bedford. They may be young, but they are feisty. And Sydney Grogan comes up with a steal there. Into the front court is Sydney. And is fouled there by Aaron McElroy, or a timeout rather called by Kevin Gibbs. And in spite of being up by 33, Coach Gibbs is maintaining his fire.
Well, there's a way to play and take every possession seriously, and there's a way to coach, and Coach Gibbs certainly showing that right there. You got to value possession here in the playoffs. It's an important lesson.
And the other thing too, when we talked about it earlier, for Allie Morgan playing with 3 fouls, she has to learn how to do that. The Bedford players also need to learn how to work without her and potentially work without Isabella King. You need to account for all contingencies. So what he's trying to do is make sure that these 5 don't act like they're up 33. They need to act like they're up 3.
Yeah, and all 5 of these players on the floor, you mentioned how Emma's the only starter. they all are going to need to contribute. They have contributed. Now with Mumpini on the floor, there are 2 starters, but all of these girls have played an important role so far this season and will do so throughout the playoffs.
Ball to the near side to Marina Braga. Spin move down low. A shot from the baseline is missed. Lozman fighting for a rebound, winds up coming up with it. And it's Heslop who is fighting for the ball with Sophia Mumpini, and our referee says that it was a jump ball before that. Heslop winds up on the floor. It's Exeter ball. 2:09 left here in the third quarter. 55-22 Bedford. Lozman working her man down low, and they say that there was a little bit too much body on that one. The Exeter bench does not like that call. The Bedford student section adores the call.
Yeah, she just kept backing her way right through Emma Rosenbaum, who was backpedaling, and once she fell to the ground, the charge was called.
Rosenbaum's inbound, almost knocked away, and she winds up with her own inbounds pass, gets it to Marina Braga, now to Mumpini, now to Sydney Grogan in the front court, over to the far side to Pennock, who has a hard time coming up with the ball. Exeter steals it. Into the front court is Heslop, and on that fast break, Heslop gets the basket. She's got 5 in the game. And it's 55-24 Bedford, and the Bulldogs have to try to find a way to best Exeter here, even up 31. A little jumper from the baseline from Pennock is missed. Rebound taken by Exeter. An outlet pass stolen there by Grogan. Grogan dribbling into the front court, takes her time, draws the ball back out. Now to Mumpini, now to Rosenbaum, who shoots a little 15-footer from the elbow. Shot missed. Grogan winds up with it. Sydney into the paint, misses the follow. Now Catherine Pennock gets the rebound, and Catherine is fouled. And that is foul number 6 on Exeter. The foul called there on Taylor Pierce. Or check that on Mia Lozman. Or check that, I'm wrong again. Taylor Pierce, I was right the first time.
Right the first time.
So foul number 6 on Exeter. The Bulldogs lead it by 31. Inbounds pass to Mumpini. Mumpini trying to create a little bit of space. Exeter playing some very good D. Now the ball down low to Rosenbaum. Emma, a little 12-footer from the near baseline is good. She's now got 8 on the game, makes it 57-24 Bedford. And the subs doing a good job of holding down the fort with King and Morgan out of the game, playing some great defense. 35 seconds left here in quarter number 3. A little floater missed there by Exeter. Grogan gets the rebound, dribbling quickly into the front court to Rosenbaum. Emma's little J from the far elbow is good. She's got 10. And now it's 59-24. The Bulldogs again on top by 35. And Heslop's 3 is good. Narrows the lead to 32, 59-27. And now a scoring frenzy as Bulldogs break this press. Pennock to Grogan off of Sydney's hands, and a fast break attempt there by Sneisser is missed, but the foul called there on Grogan, and Sneisser will go to the line and shoot 2. At the line today, she is 2 of 6 so far.
Yeah, another unfortunate turnover for Bedford, but valuable experience here for some of the backups to be dealing with a half-court trap in the playoffs.
Sneisser makes the free throw. 59-28 in favor of Bedford. The second one from Sneisser is missed. Rebound to Braga. Mumpini with it, now into the front court to Rosenbaum, and the Bulldogs can't get a shot off before time expires. So after 3 quarters of play, it is 59-28 Bedford. The Bulldogs in that third quarter wind up outscoring Exeter 22-11. And for Bedford, an offensive onslaught. And there are 2 names that we've called more tonight than I think we have all year. Mumpini is 1, she's got 15, and Rosenbaum has 10 through 3 quarters of play. I don't remember Emma ever scoring that many either.
Yeah, Emma became the 3rd Bulldog in double figures tonight with that last basket to give her 10. She was sort of the star of that third quarter in terms of scoring after Allie Morgan went out. Morgan, of course, dominant at the beginning of that third quarter, making 3 threes. And Mumpini, as you mentioned, with 15. in large part because of those 11 first quarter points. And then Isabella King almost in double figures. She has 9.
A solid offensive output for the Bulldogs tonight, and nice to see some names that we haven't ordinarily saw. I think you mentioned it earlier, 8 Bulldogs now in the scoring column, and the hope is that we'll see some others in as well. King, Morgan, Jonas, Mumpini, and Rosenbaum, the starting 5 back into the game for Bedford, with King and Morgan both with 4.
Coach Gibbs going to give these girls a few more minutes to get sharp before the quarterfinal matchup on Saturday.
Morgan, Mumpini. Mumpini's shot is blocked from the baseline, and Emma Rosenbaum lets it fall harmlessly out of bounds. The Bulldogs will inbound from underneath on the far side, leading by 31, 7:48 left in the game. Inbounds to Morgan. Morgan over to the near side to Isabella King, and Isabella's 3 is missed. Jonas the rebound, nice pass to Rosenbaum, who again a nice pass to Mumpini, and a foul committed somewhere. They said out of bounds.
Out of bounds, Exeter ball.
It got caught watching the paint dry. 7.5 minutes left in the game. The Bulldogs on top 31. It is March, and it is craziness or insanity. I don't know if we're allowed to say the phrase altogether, but it is playoff season. Allie Morgan the rebound off the Exeter miss, and the Bulldogs will try to get something going on offense. Pass into the front court to Isabella King, now to the far baseline to Rosenbaum. Back up top to Morgan, dribbles toward the baseline, works it back out to Rosenbaum. Bedford trying to get something together on offense. Exeter playing very good D and is about to do another line change. Now Mumpini, little 15-footer from the near side is missed. King gets the rebound with her left hand, holding off the defender with the right hand, then makes a shot. And Isabella now with 11 in the game. She's got double figures. And Sydney Taylor right back the other way for Exeter with a bucket. The Bulldogs lead it 61-30. 4 Bulldogs now in double figures. Isabella King into the front court. A little left-handed floater is good. 63-30. The Bulldogs have led by as many as 35. Heslop, a 3 from the near side from Exeter is good. And that is her 3rd 3. She's got 11, a 3rd of the Blue Hawk points tonight. Morgan to Rosenbaum, little jumper is missed. Mumpini gets the rebound, back out to King, and Isabella will shoot her feet on the line, but the bucket still good. And Isabella with 11 in the second half to give her 15. Exeter working the ball around. Snicer with it on the near side. Now to Abby Williams. Williams back up top to Heslop. Heslop looking down to the corner to Snicer again. Bedford on top by 32. 5:38 left here in quarter number 4. Pass stolen there by Isabella King, and Bedford will go right back the other way. 5.5 minutes remain here in this ball game. And all that is up for question is the final margin in this one. Morgan dribbling with the left hand, now down into the paint. She is fouled. And Bedford now into the bonus. Allie will shoot a 1-and-1.
Nice to see a little reward there for Allie. She took another big hit on that drive.
She's getting clobbered more than her brother did playing quarterback a couple years ago. I'd be curious to see official stats to see how many assists Allie has, because to go along with the 17, now 18 points that she has tonight, my guess is she's awful close to double figures in assists as well.
She's really shown her maturity and her skill the way she's been the quarterback, so to speak, of this ball game for the Bulldogs.
Allie makes both, giving her 19. The Bulldogs on top by 34. Exeter into the front court quickly. And now working the ball back around. Emma Smith back over to the near side to Rancourt. Heslop with it. She'll take a 3 from the near side. The shot misses. Mumpini the rebound. Bedford still running and gunning. And Morgan on the fast break. Tumbles hard to the floor after missing the shot. Heslop the rebound. And the Bulldogs on top by 34. 4:45 left in the game. And a left-handed basket from Mia Lozman gives her 9, and Exeter now down by 32. And this is the point where if you're Kevin Gibbs, you want to think about getting some of these big names off the floor. Mumpini misses a J from the wing. 4:25 left here in the game. The Bulldogs up by 32. Lozman drives the right down Broadway, misses the shot, was fouled, will go to the line and shoot 2. And the foul called there on Emma Rosenbaum, that her 3rd.
Yeah, the one benefit to these Bulldogs playing a couple extra minutes here in the 4th quarter is just the recent experience here dealing with these different presses and traps, because Bedford's going to need to be sharp if they want to keep rolling through the playoffs against those types of defenses.
Rosenbaum and Mumpini out of the game, combined 25 points between them. The second one out of the hands of Lozman is missed. And now Morgan fakes her man out of her shorts. Nice little behind the back stutter step. Now the ball into the front court to Braga for 3 from the near side. Missed, rebound to Exeter. And they will dribble back the other way. Bedford on top by 32, halfway done with this 4th quarter. And a foul called on the shot attempt by Emma Smith. The foul called on Emma Kazajanski. That is her 1st. And Smith will go to the line and shoot 2. Made 1 of 2 in the 1st half. That gave her 1 point. She makes the 1st one here. And some new faces into the game for Exeter, and a timeout is called. I didn't see who called for the timeout. Kevin Gibbs did, not that it really matters all that much. So Smith will go to the line to shoot the 2nd one. Bedford likely to make some substitutions here as well.
Yeah, Coach Gibbs wants to strategize here for probably 1 or 2 more possessions, and then we'll probably see a couple more subs come in.
The Bulldogs lead by 32, led by 16 after 1, 20 after 2, 31 after 3, led by as many as 35, the high watermark 55 to 20. And now have a 31-point lead with Emma Smith at the line shooting the 2nd one. But the next opponent for the Bulldogs is the winner of what?
Manchester Central and Nashua South.
Central the higher seed in that one. Is that my correct assumption?
Central the 5 seed, South the 12 seed.
So unless it's the NCAA tournament, in which case there's always a 12 that beats a 5, chances are we'll see the 5 Central, which is always a tough matchup, and you can't look past them thinking you're going to get BG. Smith makes the shot. She has now made 3 of 4 in the game. Bulldogs lead it by 30 as Exeter does some wholesale substitutions, clearing the decks. 3:55 left here in the ball game. The Bulldogs on top by 30. Allie Morgan dribbling into the front court. The ball knocked away by Sydney Taylor as Allie Morgan attempts to go coast to coast, and now Allie will go to the line and shoot 2.
Looking ahead to those potential matchups, Bedford beat Central during the regular season by 10, and they opened the season with a 24-point victory over Nashua South.
Allie Morgan makes the free throw. The Bulldogs, I know I'm going to jinx this, are spotless from the line tonight. They've made all 5 free throws they have taken, all 7, I should say. Well, there you go. The jinx doesn't work. Allie has made all of her free throws tonight. She's got 21 on the game. Morgan dribbling into the front court, 3:40 left here in the game. Bulldogs on top by 32, 69-37. Now Morgan with it, will drive into the lane, looks over to the far side to Jonas from the baseline. Her shot misses. Kazajanski attempting a rebound, had it knocked away from her, and they say a double dribble called on Exeter. So it will be Bulldog ball underneath with just under 3.5 minutes remaining in the game. Air conditioning feels like it's cranked up high here tonight. I thought it was just me and the fact that I don't know how to wear a jacket, but no, it's cold.
Surprising because we have the stadium really filling up here. I think a lot of folks thought it was a 7 o'clock start, so it was kind of a late arriving crowd, but filled in pretty nicely here for this first round playoff game.
Certainly did. The Bulldogs leading by 32, 3:21 left here in the game. Allie was fouled and is going to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Made it. Bulldogs have now made all 9 they have taken.
Could it possibly be 10 for 10? No.
You are the jinx,
no.
my friend. Exeter getting into the front court. It's Taylor Pierce now working the ball around a little bit. And it is an over and back as the pass from Marion Sanborn winds up getting away from an Exeter player who I didn't even see on our roster, to be completely honest. Kosi Foreman, the ball gets away from.
Meanwhile, Christina Braga and Sydney Suazo have checked in, replacing Jonas and Isabella King.
2 Bragas, a Suazo, a Morgan, and a Kazajanski. Morgan is triple team. The ball is stolen from her. She is knocked to the floor, and a shot made by Taylor Pierce makes it 70-39 Bedford. Marina Braga quickly into the front court for Bedford. To Kazajanski for 3 straight away. Big 3 from Emma Kazajanski, and the Bulldogs lead it by 34, 73-39 with 2:40 remaining here in the game.
Bedford's now made 8 3-pointers tonight. As Sanborn hits one for Exeter, they've hit 5 tonight.
73-42 Bedford. Morgan fouled there by Sydney Taylor. And with 2:28 left in the game, anytime Exeter commits a foul, it is a double bonus situation now for the Bulldogs, who, as my wife points out to me, are now shooting 90% from the line, 9 of 10.
Fun to know that we have some people scoring at home.
That is why texts were invented. Morgan misses the first one. She thought it was a 1-and-1. So now 9 of 11, 81.8%. Quick math, years of playing baseball. Allie makes the second one. 74-42 Bedford. 2:20 remaining here in the game. Morgan still in the game for the Bulldogs.
Not anymore.
I was gonna say, dude. Yes, Sydney Taylor drives. The shot is made. The foul committed by Allie Morgan. And that is her 5th. So that is all for Allie tonight. But she earned her paycheck. Scored 23 in the game, made 5 threes. And the Bulldogs lead it by 30, 74-44. And the free throw made there by Emma Smith. And now the Bulldogs will get the ball into the front court. Sydney Suazo with it. Somehow eludes a double team. Ball is lost. Exeter winds up with it. Getting it into the front court is McElroy. Now over to the near side. And a pass by Sydney Taylor was to nobody. So Sydney Suazo will wind up with it. Gets it to Sydney Grogan. Is there anybody on the court not named Sydney? That's really the pressing question right now. Grogan to Kazajanski. Kazajanski back to Grogan, but the pass stolen there. Sydney Suazo gets it. Suazo makes the layup. Nice shot by one of the Sydneys. Bedford now has 9 in the scoring column and leads it 76-45. Shot from the far side there by McElroy is missed. And Kazajanski has it knocked away. And it will be Bulldog ball, 1:28 remaining in the game. And they lead by 31.
If we can get another Sydney to score, we could have 10 Bulldogs on the score sheet tonight.
Now into the front court quickly, Marina Braga. Braga dribbling to the baseline, looks to the corner to Kazajanski. Emma, nice little move up and under, and Emma makes a bucket. Kazajanski now with 7 in the game. And back the other way is Emma Smith for Exeter, fouled there by Sydney Grogan. That is her second foul. So Sydney Grogan does not have a trillion at the very least. You know the NBA stat, the trillion?
No.
When you have a minute in the game or in anything in the game and you have, 9 numbers that follow you, whether you didn't attempt a shot, a free throw, you name it. So it looks like a trillion.
Okay.
If you pick up a foul, you avoid the trillion.
There you go.
If you take a shot and miss it, you avoid the trillion. I'm surprised of all people that you don't know that concept.
I'm disappointed in myself.
Seriously, now you got to look it up.
Now you'll really be able to rest on your laurels.
I know, seriously.
This next game
I'm just
off.
going to take a nap. 78-45 Bedford, 1:07 remaining in the game. For the Bulldogs, Christina and Marina Braga, Sydney Suazo, Sydney Grogan, Emma Kazajanski. And to the line to shoot a free throw, Emma Smith. The free throw is missed. Rebound, Kazajanski. Grogan into the front court, doing a nice job eluding the press. And a nice job passing over to the far side to Braga. The ball off of Christina's hands, out of bounds. And back the other way is Exeter. Exeter over to the near side, driving the baseline, and kick to the near side is mishandled. Exeter winds up with the ball. McElroy now gets it to Smith. Now a three-point attempt missed by Exeter. Smith gets the rebound, a scrum on the floor for the ball, and they say a jump ball. The three-point attempt was Jaden Rancourt, and the entire bench, when she put up that shot, rose to their feet, trying to get some points for their teammate in this game. Rancourt, a sophomore guard. Now a three taken there. That one off the back iron by Hazel Brown. Rebound for Exeter, taken by McElroy. And the ball stolen there by Grogan. Bedford into the front court. Sydney Grogan dribbling quickly over to the near side to Braga. Looking around, gets it to Grogan. Had a chance to shoot it, passed it up. Ball stolen there by Exeter. Quickly into the front court to Emma Smith. Smith had a chance to find Rancourt, didn't, and gets a buzzer beater basket, does Emma Smith. And the Bulldogs' final margin of victory, 78-47. They win by 31, each team with 19 in the fourth quarter. But Andrew, round one of the playoffs, the Bulldogs win by 31. They had won by 15 against Exeter back on Valentine's Day. And for Bedford, they make what can only be described as a big statement here in the first round of the NHIAA playoffs.